Hi, and welcome to the first module. I want to simply tell you a little bit about it. I always like to do a quick introduction. A few times I may not, but at least in this one, this is kind of two different modules in one. The first one is acclimating you to the class. And the best way to do that is just kind of jump in and kind of start finding your way. And so that's the first part. And the second part is just kind of introduce you to what is philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy. It's part of philosophy. So it would make sense that we kind of look and see how does ethics fit into the concept of philosophy? You know, where does it fall in that category? What we will do is when you get to the exam, there will be two parts. The first part will be asking you questions that are kind of like, you know, when is this module due? How many points do you need to get a C in the class? Things like that. And the other half of the exam will be asking you things like when, or, we'll be asking you things like what is logic, or what is aesthetics, or what is ethics, and how do those fit in with the concept of philosophy. And so you'll take the quiz, and that will be covering both of those areas. With that said, you should look, and let me just go ahead and share my screen with you. There we go. If you look here, if you come to the exam, when each exam will have different point values, but this one you'll have 45 minutes. There'll be 25 multiple choice questions worth 2 points each for a total of 50 points. So when you get ready to start the exam, when you click to begin it, you need to be ready to go. If you don't, if you start it and then you stop, the timer won't stop. And so you need to make sure that when you complete the exam, you have, you aren't stopping and not doing it. So the other things that are in this is there's a chance for you to introduce yourself on a little discussion board. It's extra credit, 10 points. Introduce yourself, comment on a couple other people's posts, do that kind of thing. It's 10 points. You get to learn a little bit about each other. And, it's always kind of fun and nice to read those and see the diversity of people who are in the class. The other one is a discussion board on stealing a house. This one is kind of just a chance to prime your ethical thinking. I give you a dilemma, and your job is to try to give a reasonable argument of why, what you would do and why. Take a position and argue for it. Answer the questions that are asked and try to justify what your position is. I will grade that first post based upon how well you do with it, how well you defend your position, whether or not it's thoughtful, etc. And that'll be the case all throughout the semester. Then I will expect you to reply to others' posts. Now, I expect a minimum of 2 posts to be replied to, but if you do the first post and it's decent and you reply to 2 people and they're okay, that will earn you a C in the class. What I'm doing here is my expectation is meeting the minimum is average. It's not going above and beyond. To get an A on it, you really should respond to 4, probably 5 people, come back on a couple different days, not just do everything in one sitting. And so I'll look at the times when you submit your work. And if you just sort of sat there and blew through everything in 30 minutes, I will lower your grade because of that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there. All right. There's this introductory video, there's the checklist, and then what is philosophy is a lesson. If you click on what is philosophy, it will pop up this lesson. You can do it here inside this box. Or if you want, at the bottom, there's always a link here. You click it and it will open this in another tab. And then there's some videos in there where I kind of give some lectures, and I try not to cover the stuff that's written in there. I try to kind of cover a little bit different ground. That way, because I assume most of you can read what is written there. So, okay. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. If you need anything, otherwise, everything's due Thursday. It's only a few days away, but the best way to get acclimated to the course is just to jump in there and do it. Take care.